start it?
Yeah, oh, you know what? You should do the intro.
Why?
Do the intro. You do it.
Hell no.
Do it.
Welcome to another episode of the Hippopotamus Podcast.
Yeah, that way I don't got to do it.
My name is Gil. This is Albert.
Albert Fig, thank you. Thank you. I'll take it from there. All right, everybody. So we have the first ever wine tasting episode brought to you by Hypocritical AF. This is the wine flights. Thank you for the first wine tasting ever. So as you can see, we already have some already poured up. We have to cover the labels because we're not getting paid by them and they're not sponsors. But
that's why you did that.
But hey, yo, real talk. We look fly, bro.
We do.
Cheers. Come on. Do you know which one this one is?
The dessert.
This is going to be the dessert or the desert wine. Straight from the Mojave Desert. It is aged, I want to say, it has a taste of, damn, that's sweet.
That's why it's a desert wine. You should have had it last.
You know me, bro. I'm a wine enthusiast.
Connoisseur.
I'm a connoisseur. What is the real name of it when you're a professional winemaker? I'm a Somalian.
We were just talking to Austin. He's a level 1 Somalian.
Somalia, right? Somalia. I'm a level 5 Somalian, bro. Straight up from Somalia. This is actually pretty good.
You want level 5 in anything.
But anyway, what's up, everybody? As you can see, we're having the first ever wine tasting episode. The first ever wine flight brought to you by Hypocritical AF. Hypocritical flights coming at a store near you. Maybe or maybe not. 2022. But wine episode with my guy, Gil. Wait. Can we get some claps? Yeah, dog. What's up? What's up with it, bro? Hey, real talk. It only took you a year. It only took a year, but you finally got this episode in.
There has been a lot of missed opportunities.
Not by me.
What do you mean?
Not by me. Real talk, though.
Real talk,
though.
remember the time.
Hold on. Real talk. Cheers on being the first guest on year number 2.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
I was about to say.
Yeah. That's Shy in the back for y'all that don't know, and I don't care. That's my
I
son.
was about to say you have a beautiful son.
Oh, thank
First
you.
and foremost.
Yes, thank you. You can hear him. Fuck, he's really going in, bro. Play some cartoons, dog. Fuck. It does like, it tastes a specific way. Like you know what I mean? Like you can tell it is a little bit sweet though. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell you're level 5.
I am a little bit level 5, but yeah. Cheers, man. Welcome to the wine episode.
It's more so, yeah.
So this flight is actually going to consist of just to get these out, just to show these ones because we're going to go more on the second one and everything. But we have our dessert one, right? This second one's going to be our cab sauv, right? The third one is going to be our Pinot Noir, whatever you want to say. And our fifth one is actually going to be our Merlot. Now, the Merlot is my favorite.
Oh, that's why it's last.
That's why it's last, because it's my favorite, you know? And there was a red blend that we already kind of tried that one, off camera and everything. But I thought it was actually perfect to do the wine episode as opposed to the whiskey one that we were supposed to do. But because we are in the grace of a former wine employee, I guess you would say winemaker. I didn't want to say winemaker, but like, what would you call it? What would you classify it when you were working at Bogle?
Damn.
What is the name?
They call us winemakers.
Well, then you're a fucking winemaker, dude. If they say it, then you're a winemaker. That's a fact.
But once you're in there, they're like, oh no, the winemakers. Like there's an actual job title, winemaker.
Yeah.
But we weren't that.
I would say you are. If you work there, I'm a wine. I mean, me personally, if I'm working at a winery, bro, I'm a winemaker.
I will say though, Bogle has some fire wines. For them being like $9 and shit.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Damn, I would have bought that one instead of these fucking ones. Like would have saved me money.
They're like the upper tier of the entry level.
Okay. Well, it's better than, I would say, it's better than fucking Chevron, like Sutter.
Oh, my
or
God. The boxed wine.
The boxed wines or what is the other one? Woodhill, Woodridge, something like that?
There's the Barefoot.
Barefoot. That's what, or Behringer? No, that's audio equipment. But I wouldn't get all those. But I thought it was, just perfect to do the wine one, to talk about wine stuff with the actual winemaker. Yes. This one,
I didn't get that.
Fire.
I did not think about that at all.
When I told you, because I'm telling you, originally I was going to do the whiskey one, then I was like, why not do the wine one? And I thought it was enticing. I was like, yo, let's get dressed up. You know what I mean? Let's be two fine, strapping young men. You feel me? I put emphasis on young, Okay, I like to take the young on that one, but we'll put the emphasis on the
Dude, you're borderline.
bro. Hey, we don't gotta fucking okay. Do I have wrinkles on my face? Yes. Okay. Am I gonna get Botox? Maybe. Nah, just kidding.
But you have like a fire skincare routine though.
I do.
From
I
what you
do.
tell me.
Okay, night and day. Exfoliate at night. Wash in the mornings. Moisturize, and then moisturize during the day with a good SPF, like a 15. Maybe, not a
But
30.
you need that, especially in the summer in Sac.
Well, because where you work, right?
Where
You work is
I work.
yeah, where you work, you're constantly in the sun.
Yeah.
I never see you wear sunblock, by the way. Not that I would know, but I've never see you wear sunblock.
That's because I'm still young.
You just don't give a fuck.
You
You're
know,
short
that's
sleeve. You know what it is? You're like that old school way of thinking. Like you're still short sleeved, lunchbox in a toolbox, right? You're still fucking no water.
I do. I carry my water everywhere.
A Diet Coke, and you're like, I'm healthy. Let me get this Diet Coke.
No, fuck no. This is like your coworkers.
Your
Like,
my coworkers.
They be going to like McDonald's,
Okay.
getting that Diet Coke early
With the
Or the Red
monster,
Bull?
with the monster and a pack of smokes. That's like a breakfast. That's a breakfast routine. Wake up. I get it.
When I worked at Denny's, they would do that all the time.
Hold on. You worked at Denny's?
Yeah.
When?
You know this.
I mean, I know, but the viewership's only they don't know.
I worked at Denny's. What year was it?
You a cook? What were you? Server, or waitress, or?
I did it all, bro. One night I did it all.
So
When
you're
they were
so
struggling in the front.
bro. So you're the reason why my orders would get fucked up because I'd come back and I'd be like, why does it smell like alcohol in the back?
Why does he smell like God damn.
Where now? Let me ask you this: was the Denny's that you worked at? Did they serve alcohol?
Yeah.
No, there it is. That explains everything. Because not all Denny's serve alcohol.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, ours they
Yours
sold
did.
it and they would have to count all the alcohol or all the beer.
Okay.
It was just mostly beer.
Okay, now-
It was like, so they would count all the beer at the end of the night and in the morning because the night shift got a little wild.
And that's what I was
then
gonna ask next.
they-
Okay, hold on. Keep it a buck. All right, don't lie. Keep it a buck. Did you drink on the job? Well, hold on. Let me not get you in trouble. Were there times where you may or have not consumed alcohol at some point at night, whether it be off shift or on shift?
What?
You know, maybe
only on my off time.
okay, so you're on your break.
No, not even that. What happened was like they told me like 2 months before I got hired on.
Okay.
They got caught up with a 12-pack.
The chefs?
Yeah, or like the entire night crew. They got caught up with the 12-pack because they implemented the rule that they're counting all the beers.
Uh-huh.
And then so like a week later, they're like, "Oh, we got to bring our own 12-pack." So they were drinking out of their cars on their break, like the whole staff. Because at night it's like one server, one cook, and up to a certain point, one dishwasher. So they just went to the back.
Now, what does a night crew consist of? How many people would you say? Give or take, more or less.
If it's in the middle of the night, it's
Yeah.
2. If it's in King City, it's 2.
My bad. You got one security guard, one one chef, one person checking IDs. Did they check IDs?
I don't know.
Because you were behind, huh? You wouldn't know.
No.
Shouts out to Denny's, yo. Shouts out to Denny's. Shouts out to the wine. What do you think about the dessert one so far?
It's very sweet.
It is, but it's actually not bad. Because there's certain like sweet ones that I've had. That's why I'm not a big white wine person because of how sweet it is. And honestly, this is kind of opposite. But bro, white wines for whatever reason compared to red wines, white wines give me headaches, not the red wines. Why is that?
I don't know.
But I'll tell you what I do know. Recently, I would just say I would find out. This might sound dumb to a lot of y'all, but I just found this out recently, and by Gil, because Gil's the one that told me. I didn't know the purple grapes make the red wines,
Yeah, we use Welch's grapes.
and I didn't know that the green grapes made the white wines.
You thought it was white
I
grapes?
never put the correlation. I never like made the two. You know,
So the thing
is
about
that uncommon or is that uncommon or is that just me? Am I off?
I don't know, because one of my first like jobs was like working at a winery. So to me, I've always known.
Mm.
Yeah, before I knew like what a Merlot was, Cabernet, all that. Like I went and worked at a winery, so I knew. So I knew the reds
I did not.
and the whites. And the whites was actually green grapes.
So I get a pass, right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
get a slight pass.
Okay, slide fast. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
But what's interesting though is that most of the work goes into the red wine. That's why everybody goes to the red wines. So you got like the grapes will come down. I guess in the canister that they're in.
Yeah.
It's like huge.
Okay.
So the grapes will come down, and part of the work is you got to bring the grapes to the top. That way, like it's a constant process of the red grapes falling down, and then you putting them back up on top, because that's where the color comes from. That's where the flavor comes from. Whereas with green grapes or the
Yeah.
white wines,
Yeah.
you just set it and forget it. Like you just throw it in there, the fermentation process, but you don't really got to worry about it. And there's
No.
a shorter process with that.
Now, is this a stupid question to ask if people really do step on them?
Bro, what?
I don't know. I've never worked at a winery.
You can see a bunch of Mexicans stepping on grapes.
Why do they gotta be Mexican? No, hold up.
Bro,
Hold up,
I'm
bro.
the one that works at
No
the
fucking.
bro.
Just because his name was Pedro doesn't mean he's Mexican, bro. All right. Wait, so they really don't step on him? Or is that just like some fake shit? Or old school, like old way, maybe back in the
That's old way. That's like way back in the day.
1700s type
It's
of
like
shit?
if you were to make wine now and starting off on your own, you probably do that.
I'd probably pour some Mickeys in it, to be honest.
You know, that's your signature.
That honestly, I was gonna get that at one point. We'll talk about that at the end. But anyway, so yeah, the first one was our dessert one. Okay. The second one, we're gonna be getting into our cab sauv.
But you didn't really describe it besides it's sweet.
Because that's all I need to describe it. It's the shit is called dessert. It's definitely sweet. You know what it tastes like?
Tastes like cherry.
It tastes like a liqueur, like a little thick.
A little thicky, a little stallion.
Stewy thick. You know what I mean? Tastes like a liqueur. Well, let me go move on to this cab before we go on to the next thing. Now, tell me, when we go like this and we're airing it out, am I doing it wrong? Or is it like this? What does that
You
do?
can do-
Does it circulate the wine good?
You bring more air.
Mm.
And you can smell it too.
Smells like sex. I'm just kidding. Okay, now real talk though. Okay, go. What do you think about that one?
A lot more bitter.
Bitter, right?
And dry.
Yeah, bitter and dry. In a good way though.
Good,
Not
like
on a
educate-
salty
We're
X.
gonna educate
Just
so
bitter.
many people. They're
Yeah,
gonna
you
throw it, like,
motherfuckers-
they're gonna throw this shit out
Yeah.
there.
Or the professionals are gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
We don't talk about those people.
You know? Nah, these are good though. But Gil, so you've been on a couple times, right? Multiple podcast alum. Been here a few. But I feel like we never gave you a good intro. Other than like, this is Gilbert. He has a big head. He's from King City. Pretty like, you know,
Pretty accurate.
pretty general ones. But so I'm curious with a lot of things, right? And I've asked this question before to a bunch of other people, but I genuinely get curious on why specifically, right? And the question is, you've been in Sacramento for how many years now?
3 years.
Is it really that long? I mean, that
3 years.
short? Fuck, it feels like longer. 3?
Yeah. That's because I was visiting you.
But well, I thought it was
Before I
longer.
moved.
I thought it felt like longer. Okay, so 3 years. Okay, 3 years here in Sac. My question is, why Sacramento? And before you answer, I would say, let me get more specific on that. Out of all places, right, in California, out of all places, I would say the world that you can go to, what exactly, and without giving, crazy details, but what exactly brought you here to Sac?
It starts with Lily.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was seeing you.
Okay.
You were like a friend or something? at the
Yeah.
time? I don't know.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. I was like, what's up? Yeah. Yeah. What's going on?
You guys would say what's up in passing.
Yeah. I know you. Yeah, I remember you.
So when she would tell us like come up here and go clubbing, like coming from King City, we didn't have that
That's what it was? Clubbing?
for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Clubbing, partying.
Yeah, okay. Savages.
So that was
Savages, yo.
Early on.
I would never do that.
Early on.
I would
Bro.
never.
Well, no, you would get us our Uber. Slept on your couch and shit. So it was like going to your apartment, free place to stay.
True.
So all I had to do was pay for food, pay for alcohol, pay for gas.
Yeah, of course,
And that was kind of it. And that was like, because I've known LA, and LA is a different beast. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
But Sacramento, you had like the city life.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get into like the different sections of it, you get to know it. Like there's more to it. So part of it is the city life. Part of it is like you can still be away from the city.
Okay. Like a good healthy medium of between local, small town, but big town.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas with like, I would say LA or San Jose, everything's connected. In the Bay Area, everything's connected. there was that beginning part, and then with me trying to like get my career going, it was when I was like first starting to know what electrical was, what it came with, and um, in my opinion, Sacramento was a good place to start.
Especially at that time, you said 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially 3 years ago, it was like booming.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it was like,
for
no,
sure.
I'll get my foot in there, learn more shit, and get to know the areas and like rent and all that at the time was
Oh
not
yeah,
that bad. Now
yeah,
it
yeah.
is. Now it's a little bit crazier, but
Yeah.
the Sacramento I saw, like even though it was far away from King City, I felt like I had to break away from King City at some point. Liv was going to Santa Cruz, and Santa Cruz still felt a little bit too small to get a career in electrical going.
Okay. And I mean, literally still the same zip. I mean, area code, still 831.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. So I guess it gets to the point where you got to like sink or swim.
Yeah.
And I feel like in King City, I'm not going to get to that point. You know, in King City, it's going to stay stagnant. I had just started off with an electrical company there. And they showed me the ropes, you know, with every paycheck, I got a new tool. You know, so I got my basics.
Okay, so good
then-
intro.
Good little intro. So I was like, yeah, for me to grow, I got to come up somewhere bigger. You know, San Jose was a little bit too crazy. You know, rent's insane. So it's just like pay that rent or pay that in the commute, you know, in gas money.
Yeah.
So I was like, Sacramento seems like a good spot. And
Okay,
that's
so
how I
yeah.
came up.
So it seemed like a good intro spot to go to, or like a start off spot post high school, right? Because this was like fresh out of high school. Well, not necessarily like it wasn't like days later, but fresh in that it's like within the first 2 years. I consider that fresh, right?
How old was I? 23?
don't know.
3 years ago? Yeah, I was 23 when I came up here.
There you go. Shit. 23. Damn, I remember
Shout
that
out
age.
to Hartnell, bro.
Oh yeah, it went hard now, huh?
Yeah, because I got everything I needed for my AA, and then I decided to take more classes to get be able to transfer because I needed more electives. I just took straight up math, English, you know, the core curriculum. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
The only thing I was missing was like my electives. So I took automotive, welding, and electrical. And like I really like automotive and the electrical, but the electrical stuck.
That's when that stuck, huh?
Yeah.
And that's what brought you out here. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, yo. Yeah, because the reason why I asked who's is like I said, there's a bunch of people. You know, the amount of guests that have on and have had on. Everybody has like a different story of like where they got to where they're at, you know, or where they're going to go, or even if we talk to like people who, you know, come from the same high school that we come from, they have their individual stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
first, I wanted to ask that about coming to Sacramento. Now, second, too, being in here in Sacramento. I guess I'm not gonna say hindsight because you're still. I'm not gonna say like in the over scope of everything because obviously you're still here. You're in the thick of it. And I would say like, do you think overall? Oh, actually, before I even asked that, were there any other options besides Sacramento that you were like secondary thinking of? You know, besides LA, besides fucking I don't know if Santa Cruz was an option.
I was
or-
thinking about Santa Cruz and I was thinking about Slow.
Okay, San Luis Obispo?
Yeah.
For those that don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So there were secondary options that were for sure there, but didn't really like make the cut.
Not really. Santa Cruz would have been cool because it's close by.
Yeah.
I know you know about the union, the electrical union.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Santa Cruz is part of the 3 counties in our area.
Yep,
So
yep.
it's the Monterey County, the Santa Cruz
Santa Cruz County.
County,
Yeah.
and a third county. I forgot what it was, but they got to keep their pay rates high because if not, everybody's gonna go to San Jose to get their pay rates.
yep,
So
yep.
they keep them up higher.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was kind of like
Yeah,
I
and,
feel like
and I know that difference between the Monterey and the Santa Cruz legally wise because I got into trouble and shit like that. No, that's a side story.
No,
but,
that's a good story.
But then, no, you don't want to know that one right now. But I know that one because it's different legislations and different process of how they handle things. But anyway, the reason why I asked that too.
You know, you always say for a whole year. I heard you say that's a story for a different time.
There is
We
another
got
story.
hella-
Well, it's funny that I say that because we have a whole another year or two to open up with all the stories, and that was actually a promise that I'm doing for myself.
Smooth.
Was going forward for the solo ones is that I'm incorporating more stories, more storytelling and in depth things for the year two. So that's a bucket goal that I talked about. That I'm gonna talk. Well, that should be out by the time this comes out. But no, but that is interesting because I know a bunch of people right now. You know a bunch of people right now that they're still quote unquote stuck in decisions, meaning like they're trying to figure out what are we going to do next, where are we going next, and they have this option and this option, and some people are like hesitant to go here, and some people are like kind of like content with where they're at, so it's like that balance of like, okay, where's that good medium, or where's that happy median, I would say. It's finding these places or not finding them. So like I said, there's similar friends that we have too that are in that right now. So it's good to get some insight on the secondary things, but also the things that you're into right now. And that's what I was the second part to that question, what I had asked you, which was in hindsight, you right now, do you think like that was a good decision coming to Sacramento as opposed to like going to SLO or Santa Cruz?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got to kick it now. Come on now. Hey, give me some because we got to kick it.
This guy right here. My first job was at the winery. This is like, I started on Monday, or I had orientation on Monday.
Makes sense.
And then, like
Okay.
on Sunday,
Okay, where are you going with this?
You're like, on Sunday, let's celebrate.
Okay.
We ended
Yeah,
up
you're
getting-
welcome. You're welcome.
So we ended up getting drunk as hell.
Speak for yourself.
So I
I
ended
got
up getting
fucked up.
drunk
There's
as hell.
difference. There's a difference. There's buzz, there's drunk, and then there's fucked up. I was fucked up.
So I ended up getting drunk and showed up to my orientation.
I wasn't on call, by the way.
Over.
But you still made it.
I did.
Okay, and there you go.
Dude, it was brutal.
But you made it.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have not made it, okay? And he made that shit, okay? Orientation, pretty drunk.
It's funny how you.
But it was fun.
It's funny how you always say like, "Oh, we don't drink. We don't drink.
We don't be
this,
drinking like that,
we
obviously.
don't do that. But pull up for a talk in. And I'm just like,
Or a 40. You feel me? Like, I'm just saying, Okay. But, okay, so here in Santa Cruz, everything's going good. I mean, it's not Santa Cruz, sorry. I've been drinking. Everything's smooth.
That's a pregame barely hit.
That is a pregame thing. Now, let's talk more about King City, right? Because I don't claim King City. I'm not from King City. I just went to high school there. I never lived there, never got any mail there. You're right. I don't claim King City. From San Lucas and Sacramento. San Lucas, Sacramento. Born in Salinas. I can't claim
In
Salinas.
Georgia.
Well, it's 3.5 years there. I wouldn't say from there.
Did you get mail there?
I did get mail there.
You claim Georgia.
Oh, I'm from the South, bro.
Peaches, bro.
Bro, I'm from the fucking South, dog. I'm from the fucking South. No, but okay, so King City. Okay, so my question is too, is this a fair question to ask? Okay. And maybe it's a two-part thing. Do you think there's influence from the people around you? Because we grew up in the same area, been around the same people. Maybe we had some different paths that we went down and everything, but generally around the same town, the same people, and the same feeling for a lot of stuff that they do, right? So do you think the influence comes from around the people, or do you think none of the influence matters if you're around like good, solid family, right? And I'll give you an example to kind of explain it a little bit more. Meaning like, okay, say if you're around people in King City who, quote unquote, more or less doing things that they shouldn't do, right? Say if they're running around the streets, say if they're out here stealing, robbing, gangs, whatever be the case. Do you think it's more easily to be influenced by them, or do you think it's more, or you find more influence in family to separate the two? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I have a big family, so I have, my cousins were my friends.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's a lot of influence in the people that you grew up with because, my cousins were older.
Yeah.
So, like, the friends in school, you spend more time with those people.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're the ones that bring you on to, good or bad.
Yeah.
And I've had, like, friends that
Go down that route?
Yeah.
Right,
Go down that route where they do steal and
Yeah.
other shit.
Yeah. Because you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's never one person. It's always like a group, and I feel like that's where the influence comes from. And it's not to say that the family's not a big thing, but in that moment where it's kind of like black and white, a yes or a no, and it depends on who you're with at that moment. If those people are going to be choosing to do some wild shit, you're more than likely going to be doing that because that's entrapment. You're already there with them.
Yeah. For sure.
That's what's going to happen.
Well, I think it's like a family influence too, though, right? So if you come from someone who's just like, not that close or not that tight with your family, but you're more so closer and feel connected to the streets. Only speaking from, previous experience too, is like, you might feel like you have family that's blood, but then you might have family that's out here in the streets that are your closest ones. So I feel like there's influence in that too. And the reason why I asked that too is because I was interested in knowing from you too, is like, you have the influence of, you have your friends that were may or may not have been wilding out. Maybe some of them chill. Maybe some of them have sports and everything too. But then you have your family close, tight, and everybody's like right there and everything. But what's key and the difference is that, not to give too much information from your own personal stuff, but it's like you have a relative was involved or is involved. Oh, actually, more so was involved, but like the police force. So then it's like, does that hinder it? You know what I mean? Does that affect a few things? Because you might have some people that maybe want to bring you in and get influenced it, but they might be second guessing themselves, being like, oh no, but his family member so maybe let's not do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was there a little bit of that? Or do you think it was like you just were close with your friends that they never even wanted to even bring you around that?
Nah, for the most part, I was cool with everybody. I think they try to keep me away from it, if anything. But
Yeah.
they would have like older brothers or relatives that would get locked up. And the word always came back was like, "Yo, your family in the law enforcement, they were always cool with me. They were respectful, and that's what they like. That they were never trying to be screwed over. So they always had more. People always had trust in me.
Yeah.
That I'm not gonna,
Do that.
Yeah.
For sure. I guess I can relate to that too. And I'll tell you why after we start with the Pinot. This is the next one, the Pinot, right? This third one right here.
How did you feel about the other one, the Cab Sauv?
The Cab Sauv, I feel like it was a bit bitter, but like I feel like a lot of times people throw out, and this is from like going to wineries and everything. I feel like people throw out the word bitter as if it's a negative thing. A lot of times, bitter when it comes to the way they taste, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? It just means that
No, definitely not.
Yeah, bitter could mean that like, you know what? It's like it doesn't have a distinct taste, but you still know it's wine, and there's a way that it pours in the back of your mouth. So that's what I felt with that Cab. It was like, it's bitter, but the way it was going down smooth, but it wasn't like.
But actually, bitter wines is good to have before a meal.
Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. What's with the well, I was gonna say, because they said there's certain wines that pairs good with like, there's certain wines that pairs good with cheese, and certain wines that pairs good with like red meats, and there's certain wines that pairs good with desserts and everything too.
Oh my bad, I didn't even cheers you.
I know. Cheers, my guy. Yeah, you know what I mean. So this was the Pinot Noir, right? Initial thoughts. Tastes like a Pinot, right?
I'm not a big fan of them.
Pinots?
Yeah, because they're so common.
Yeah,
and like
I was telling Lily that too. I'm not a big fan of Pinots either, but I respect them, right? It's meaning that like they're not exactly going to be my go-to, but I definitely will drink them more than I would say a white wine, than a Grigio, right? Or I would drink it more than just going to like whatever common basic red wine you find off of fucking Google Images, So I give it that little bit of respect. But like I said, I relate to you with the King City thing, and as far as like kind of separating you from that, because I know from personal experience too that me, myself, my brother, and my cousin, it was like we kind of kept certain things away from family members, or certain things from cousins, close cousins, that we would normally otherwise be close to, but we kept a lot of things away from it because it was like, it was just that too. It was like, you know what, we shouldn't involve him or her in this, or shouldn't involve these other things, because it was like, not to say that they're doing great in life, not to say that they're doing this and that. It was more so like, we know what we're doing. We know what we're getting ourselves into, and it's like, let's not involve that with them, because we think of them like as having a better heart, Not to say that we don't either. It was just like, you just don't want to involve that too. But I feel like it's an important question to ask, because we get that from naturally a stigma that we get from being in that county, and specifically being in that city, and then specifically just knowing like the history of all that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stigma that goes right behind everything. So it's like, it's a good question to ask. that I felt on my part.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's different ways that people would like try to avoid everything that's going on in King City or Greenfield, so that is for that matter. There's different ways to avoid it, different ways out. But
Yeah.
regardless, I feel like people know what's happening. You know,
Yeah, it's pretty universal.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
involved. You know somebody involved,
Right.
and that I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you grow up from like being 6 years old with somebody like in preschool or
Mm-hmm.
in first grade. I think that's the hardest part.
Especially if you're constantly going back, right? Because at the end of the day, we have family there.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is just going to be like a thing that just gets disappeared or
No,
goes away.
Yeah,
We're
like,
always
to this
going
day,
back.
I'm always checking in on what's happening
Yeah.
in King City.
Well, bro, I remember I forget the exact year, but there was a certain time where motherfuckers were like wilding and doing things during the day. Like
Yeah.
certain things that other people were doing
Yeah,
at
other
night,
people were doing.
they were doing during the day.
Yeah.
And it was like, y'all wilding, you know what I
What
mean?
was it like a drive-by or like some crazy
People-
shit
yeah, people-
every day for
People trying to shoot
week
and
or
do
two?
guns, like pull out guns and shit while their parents were like right there during the middle of the day. And it's like, go back to like when we were like there and everything. It was like, bro, you would never do that type of thing because that's just like mad disrespectful, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things that, I mean, I would say it's calmed down now, right?
Yeah, I think
Fair
so.
to say it's calmed down
What's
now.
weird is like the younger kids are like more into drugs right now.
Yeah, unfortunately. Hopefully not my brothers, motherfuckers. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. No, they're not though. They're not though. But so this cab hits good. But okay, so next question thing. We're similar in a lot of ways.
Don't
right?
do that.
We're similar in a lot of
don't do
ways.
that.
But we're also different in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways, right? You know about one thing that always gets me though, that fucking bothers me? Not bothers me to where like it's like I lose sleep over it. Not bothers me to where I'm like constantly like beating myself over the head.
When I
But-
drink my iced coffees.
Besides that's a red flag. By the way, for people, not just coffee in general. If you drink it, chug it within 5 minutes, that's a red flag. In a relationship, where's Olivia? Where's she at?
Producer Liv.
That's a red flag. No, that's not it. But that shit does fucking bother me because I'm like, dude, we still have 3 hours to go here. I'm fucking,
Yeah, that's why I need it.
not that I
Right
I don't
now,
know where
you
you
know?
work, but I'm assuming.
Oh, no,
fucking,
yeah.
you know. But I'm assuming. No, but you know what? One thing that not bothers me necessarily, but we're similar in a lot of ways, but different in a lot, is that, bro, and I've told you this before, I've never seen you upset or mad, okay? Shit bothers me. I've seen you maybe upset kind of once ever, right? It bothers me because I'm like, dude, because I've been upset. You guys have. I've been upset plenty of times, you know? And
You had to calm me down.
bro,
You
chill.
had to rock you
Bro,
one
chill.
time.
No, but I do think about that because it's like, why is that though? Now, before you answer, let me give more, I guess, context to that. So upset doesn't necessarily mean like, yo, I'm mad as shit. I'm gonna fucking, you know what I'm saying, throw this off or fucking be upset or yell or be physical. I don't mean it like that. But it's like, where does that come from? I'm interested to know because I don't have the best control for a lot of things. Like if I'm upset, I'm upset. I've been really distant. I've been like, if something that's bothering me or I'm upset, it doesn't have to be like a specific subject or just if I'm not in the mood for a lot of things, like I'll just dip, you know? And I don't know, like it sounds messed up, right? It sounds messed up. And I don't mean it in a negative way. And I don't mean to come off like that. But a lot of times it's like, that's my escape goat. Like that's what I know or I feel more comfortable with. And a lot of times I find comfort with just like kind of being by I just want to be
leaving.
alone
Yeah,
for a
because
bit.
we were like downtown one time and you just
Okay,
took
all right, bro.
off.
So
I was
look,
just
we don't gotta
damn, bro.
fucking this cab.
I'm helping you out.
This cab,
I'm
fucking-
supporting you.
No, but I mean that too. It's like I've never seen you get there. So maybe it's an envious thing. Maybe I'm just envious of you that you can contain it better than I am, you know? Or maybe it's just like a thing where it's like, can you control emotions better than I, you know? Because yeah, like I said, there's times where it's just like I just want to be dolo by myself and everything like that. But I never get that same feeling or I don't get that same rub off, I guess I would say, from you. So what is that?
I think it comes from like my parents. Because like with my dad, he's like very patient. But like once you get him there to the anger point, it's like it's off.
So what's your patience like?
I don't know. There's not a lot of situations where like
Nothing pisses you off?
yeah, but
Okay.
to get there, You know, like, you know. But with my mom, she's more standoffish. You know, so she'll like she won't say anything, and but she'll remember it. She'll keep that grudge. You know,
Okay.
so it's like kind of like a balance of those. I feel like with my mom, I have like more patience,
Yeah.
but it just depends. You know, like I remember we were downtown one time, and like somebody was like fucking with you,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah, I don't like that.
nah, but like nothing was happening to me, but I just knew, you know, if shit pops off, you know,
Yeah.
I'm right there, I'm right there with you,
Yeah.
you know. But that's not to say that something like got me to that point,
Right.
but I'm gonna back you up.
No, yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, that's something. That's like, like, and maybe like I said, that's a detriment to myself. The fact that I'm willing to go there, you know. But it's more so like a thing where it's just like, maybe like I said, maybe I'm looking at myself and I'm being like, yo, when I get upset, I can be really dismissive or be really like standoffish to like everybody else too. And then maybe when it's you, I look at it like, well, damn, he could control himself, could contain his emotions a lot better than me. Let me fucking work on that, you know? So and I'm curious in that to be like, why is that, you know? So the reason why I had asked that too, because it's more so like of, when I said, where does that come from? I'm wondering like, well, you kind of did answer that, right? You're looking at the parents and everything. But when it comes from of it, has it changed? Like, has it always been like that? Or do you think, like, when you were a teen, like, say if you're a 16, 17, was it the same way versus where you're at right now? Or you think it was, like, different? Was it more like, is it something you built towards to, or is it something that you always had?
I think it's something that I always had.
From the get?
Maybe not from the get, but like with your family, my parents, you know, like that's just kind of how they were,
Mm.
you know, because you learn from them first.
Right.
So yeah, I just kind of kept that, and I think the more so that you surround yourself with like good people and like respectful, honest people, you know, there's no reason to get to that point. You know,
Right.
and
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily think of myself as like a hothead where like, oh,
Just
you did
wild
this,
out.
and like, oh, this dude said this shit to me,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's off. Like,
Right. Okay. So there is, okay. So I can see that.
part of it is like confrontation, you know, because like sometimes like, you know, something does rub me the wrong way, but like I'll be like, yo, why are you talking?
Like that.
Yeah, why are you talking like that? And like, you know, I can come off like pretty relaxed and chill, but it is something that bothered me. That's why I'm saying it. And
So is it masked? Like, is it a serious question that's being asked, but it's kind of still masking your emotions on it? Or what do you think that is?
nah, I don't think so. I think it's addressing it. Like if you said some wild shit, I'd be like, oh, you need to chill. Well,
Like, fuck
what,
you,
like
dude. Yeah.
what are you talking about, kind of thing. Then we'll have a back and forth on like a conversation.
But you
Not
want to
necess-
know.
Not necessarily, yeah, not necessarily an argument or like, you know,
Okay.
shit's getting heated.
Yeah.
But even if like if we have a conversation about something where either of us have a problem, you know, if we have a conversation, I think it's more efficient.
Okay.
You know, whereas if I lash out on you, you know, we're not gonna get nowhere. You're just gonna get like match my level or some shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. See, so that me, it's like I'm not gonna say not even the opposite, but I would say I'm more. It's kind of might be tough to hear, but I'm actually more chill compared to how it was.
What?
What? Crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm actually more chill because back in the day, I would just be my first instinct or first reaction would be like, man, nah, fuck this, and just move to the next or whatever the fuck, you know, and just blow off. Not even blow off things, but it's more so like, what we doing? Like my first reaction was like, oh, there's an argument. Okay, like let's hit straight to the root of it. What we doing? You know what I mean? Are we splitting up? Are we not when I say fighting, I don't mean just like
I think
let's
you're gonna
just,
say
no.
fucking.
Like if I got a problem with another dude and everything, it was always like, man, fuck this talking. What we doing? Like if
Yeah.
something's gonna happen, if not, let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Or if it was on some like, oh, someone looked at you funny, or even like small stuff like that, then it was like, let's address this right away. What the fuck are you looking at, bro? You got a problem? Like that type of thing, you know?
That's a
It's like I said,
that's a 831 influence.
right. So it's not. It's really, trust me, it's really nothing like that anymore. But excluding the fighting, excluding all that, it was more so of like I said, not that I'm the best yet. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I'm definitely more calm and more chill compared to that. But it's also feel like I have a learning thing. Like I've learned to do that and everything, you know? So when I look at you and everything, I was like, this motherfucker calm as shit. How the fuck, you know? Like, was this learned or what the hell? So it was, like I said, it bothered me, but it didn't bother me in that sense. It wasn't like I was like, fuck this kid. But it was bothering me in that, like, how does he do that? You know, like, where does he, you know? But you have been, I mean, people get upset. I've seen you upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody gets upset, and that's okay
Yeah.
to do that, you know? I know when you're faded. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know. I know when you're faded.
It's a secret, man.
But I know. We were just talking about that with Alexis and Amanda, by the way. I was like, hey, y'all know Gil's tell? And they're like, what do you mean? I go, do you know, I can tell when Gil's fading. They're like, what do you mean, what's his tell? I go, everybody, myself included, Olivia, everybody has a tell when they're faded.
Yeah.
Amanda bumps into walls, right?
Or plays Andre Nicotina.
Yeah, everybody has tells, right? And I have a tell. I know my tell. It's very simple.
You say that you're not.
No, this is me already. This is my tell. We're kicking it, right? I'm out. Okay.
And that's the reason we didn't do the podcast earlier.
But there's certain tells. Like I can tell when you're faded, you know? But that's an acquired thing. Meaning like I've been around you so much when you're faded, not on call. But I know when you are, you know what I mean? I know. You know, when you start to get warm, when you're like, yo, is it sweaty? Am I the only one sweating? You know? Or certain things, you know? Or when you get, you know what I noticed too? When you're faded, you normally are not like a very physical person, right? Normally. Like you don't just come up to me and just dap up or give hugs or like, what's up, bro?
That's not what I do to you.
But what you do is you repeat and show a little bit more love than when you would. Like, hey, bro, and you get a little closer. You know what, dude? You get our shoulders are touching, and like I'm like, this motherfucker never do
our
this.
Knees are touching.
I'm like, hold up, he's never doing this shit. You know what I mean? The certain tells, okay. I know you tell.
What are we doing right now?
Oh, we just finished the cab. We're moving on to the Merlot. Relax, bro. You gotta preheat the oven before you stick in the turkey. You know what I'm saying? I can't just jab it in there. We got the Merlot next. Okay? Cheers. This is the Merlot.
Cheers.
My favorite, the dark.
It better be good.
You could tell, yeah, this one is. You could tell how if I can't see you through it. That's how dark it is.
Well, that's how dark you are.
I was in the sun. I have been in the sun a bit excessive. I will admit that. I'm just kidding. It's been raining fucking and foggy the last 3 days, you know?
I like it.
You like it one?
Yeah.
Don't say that just to say it, Dick.
No, it's good.
It's good, right? I appreciate that. Now, if it would mean, so this is a tester type of thing, right? Meaning like going forward in year 2, we're going to do a lot more. I'm going to be doing more extra things. It's not just like sit here and podcast and talk. I'm going to be doing a lot more festive things or activity type of things. And I'm kind of prepping for things in the future. This may or may not be some early signs for stuff. You feel me? So but I plan on incorporating a little much. I'm going to get a little bit of water. I'm not going to lie. I think it's kind of hitting. Okay. I'm going to drink a little bit of water. You know what I mean? Bro. As you drink water. Fuck, your shit's gone. Okay?
Bro, I got to stay hydrated, man. That's a big, big tip for everybody. You got to stay hydrated.
You do, definitely. Okay, now, how old are you now? 26 with the birthday coming up.
With the birthday coming up.
So you're about to be 27.
Yes, sir.
We're moving into 2022. 2021 is
it's done.
Basically bannered. Well, we're going to do a New Year's episode still. So.
But at this point, it's done.
Well, no, not. We still got to do
Basically,
it's done after we do the New Year's episode.
Like, all we're going to be doing is, like, eating and exchanging gifts. Spending hella money.
And drinking. More than likely. But, so 2022, okay? Here's where I'm at with this. Why I say what we relate on, but are different in a lot of ways. Because you have a huge head.
And you're this small.
Actually, dude, I looked in the mirror. It's not that small.
No, it
my head is not that small, dude. It's actually kind of big on that. You got the fucking raspberry again.
Blackberry.
Shouts out to Lily on the board, dude. This is a flower if y'all can't see it.
A rose.
Oh yeah, well, fuck yeah. No, yeah. It didn't click to me till right now. I just thought flower. I didn't put a specific. You could have said dandelion. I would have said yeah. But anyway, so 2022. Okay, so we're only getting older. You're about to be 27 years old. What are certain things that you're prioritizing different or prioritizing more than I would say you were let's say 21-year-old self? What's prioritizing different now?
My career, the monies, for sure. Spending a lot of time with people that like mean a lot to me.
As opposed to like, passing friends that you're just like, hey, what's up, type of thing, or just
I mean, those people are cool too. I mean, like going back to King City and Thanksgiving, like I saw a lot of people that like, for the most part, I haven't talked to like in 2 years, 3 years and shit. It was like it's always good to see those people and like
For sure.
especially the ones that have kids early on. And I know that their priorities is about like all about their kids.
yeah.
So that's like really good to see, and that being a role model for the kids.
For sure.
So there's always gonna be that. There's always gonna be people in passing, but I think depending on the person too, like reaching out to that person. What I would do a lot because I'm on the road a lot. I don't know if you know,
What do you like up and down California?
like with work. In
Okay.
California. Yeah.
Okay. So you're a little thought. No, just
But I got time on the road, so like
Okay.
I'll call people, like people that mean like a lot to me. I'll call in and be like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, how you been?
I've never got a phone call like that.
You're busy with your job.
I mean,
You're busy with your work,
I just want to say I never got a call like, what are you doing?
bro. We link up like on the weekends.
I've never got a call that says, what are you doing? I've usually got a call that's like, hey, I need help with this. I never got a call that's like, what are you doing? No big deal, but go ahead.
I do say where you.
Go
I
back
do say where you at.
to the people that mean most to you. Go ahead. Go ahead. But
Nah,
I see what you're saying.
You over here acting up and shit.
I see what you're saying.
Reach out for those people. Very family oriented. Yeah.
That is key. I have found that going forward, as you get older, I feel like again, I asked that from my own personal experience too, because the prioritizations does change. You know what I mean? Like I have my own little family and everything, and I don't know if you have any like future goals of like starting a family or anything. Not putting you in the hot seat or anything like that, but once you do get your own,
like, eventually.
okay, yeah. Once you do get there, like once you start your own family, man, I would say that prioritization does change. Not just, and I don't mean that just like, oh, your friends. I don't mean that and just like, oh, like maybe I gotta buy things here and that. Like that's all secluded. That's in its own thing. I'm talking about change in that like you look at how you're gonna prioritize your time. There's only 24 hours in a day. So it's more so of like making the most out of those times that you do have towards your own little family, but also still you knowing that you still have your career things you got to work on. You might have this extracurricular stuff that you're working on, but there's also your own little family time that you have to balance. And then on top of that, and it might sound kind of like messed up, but it's like you have your own little family time though too. We also need to prioritize time in your own relationship too, separate from the kid. Like I said, it sounds messed up. I can.
Well, then you need that.
I get that, but
that's part of like because you have a kid, and like you can't forget about that relationship.
You can't.
That you have.
You can't, but you do have to. There's going to be ups and downs, especially when it comes, when you involve a child in the picture. But it's like you got to put that effort in, even though it's not the best, even though it's doing great. You could be doing all these other things, but still acknowledging that, So the prioritization does change in that too. So when you get there, like I said, no rush on everything. I know that you guys already posted it, right? That last I checked, you're off the market, right?
Off the market.
Out the market officially. I mean, you've been off the market.
Not legally.
Yeah, but like you're out the market. So that's another like a thing we individually talked about. But you're engaged, right?
I am. Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
Who was gonna go out?
You were until you got that shit.
Hold on. Wait,
Like,
ready?
Shout out to you before you got that shit.
What was I gonna do? We haven't talked about it, huh? I never said it too. But what was I gonna do?
You were gonna pull up. Last minute photography.
And
Get that shutter speed down right.
and
Photograph the engagement.
and what else?
And record.
Okay, yeah, but and what else?
Get faded.
No, that's after. But no, I was gonna set it up for you.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
candles and. Oh, what do we? Yeah, that wasn't. Nah, I was gonna be there, but I remember I talked about it was gonna be like a thing where I was like, yo, you should have it. You should have some type of video or photos of it to show, yourself years later, grandchildren or children in general. And I was suggesting like it was going to be a good thing to just show and just have for yourselves.
And they'd be like, "What quality is this?"
And be like, "What
this
the
shutter
fuck?
speed is trash.
This isn't 3D. What is this?" Like, you know what I mean? But I thought it was a good thing to have. And now you're in there. Where was it at, by the way? Not for the people that don't know.
In Monterey, bro.
How'd it go down?
Don't do that.
What do you mean?
Don't do that.
Come on, bro. The people want to know.
No, they don't.
Do they? Like, hold on.
There's
This just in. The people want to know. Dinner, midnight, beach,
full moon.
And you drop down to an E?
Drop down to me in my fucking
Crucial.
Bro, I took
What were you wearing? What shoes were you wearing?
these actually, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can get it. Yeah. They weren't the fucking. They weren't the fours.
They weren't the fours.
Yeah, or the reds. They weren't the fire reds.
Shadows.
Okay.
I would but I was so barefoot.
You would take it. You would take it off also when it's
just out of a muscle memory. I just took my shoes off. I can't.
You're fell asleep. You're like. No, but that obviously, all jokes aside, that's big though. You know, that's big because a lot of people, especially our younger generation, I don't want to sound hypocritical, you know, but I don't want to sound hypocritical. But that's big because we live in a time and a generation where it's like, I feel like proposing and you know, getting engaged and having a marriage is like looking more so on the back end, if that makes sense. Like compared to like back in the day, now a bunch of people, it's like a less priority, if that makes sense. You get, you get where I'm coming from?
I kind of see it, but I think with our generation,
Wait, which generation? Because I'm older. Gen X?
We're in the same.
Are we touching tips, bro? Are we fucking touching?
We're in the same generation.
Are we really?
I'm the cutoff, I think. That 95.
What is the gens? We're millennials?
Yeah.
That sounds disrespectful, bro.
It does.
Millennials.
They be doing all kinds of fuck shit
wait, what
on
is
the
Gen?
internet.
What is X? Or
Gen
Z?
X is the one before us, and Z is 96 to whenever.
The year Tupac died?
That's what you know. They're kind of off.
Okay, so as an engaged man,
But I think with our generation, there's still a certain aspect of privacy in a way.
Okay.
Because like having the video, having the photography and everything,
Yeah.
would have been great. But
don't give me no butts, bitch. I was about to go.
I know you
That was
were.
a far fucking drive.
But
Ain't no butts.
Like it didn't break my heart that you didn't go. You know.
Well, I wasn't gonna post it. It wasn't me for social media.
You weren't gonna post it, but like I mean, us not having the option to post it, like that's something to be, like between me and Liv.
I get that. I get that too, but also, you telling me you wouldn't have no photo of that like 10 years from now? To just stunt on your fucking potential child and be like, hey, bro, you see this?
you won't do it.
You see this
You
shit?
won't do it this
You can't
big.
top this, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this
like,
that.
what would Juice do? Speaking of Juice, Jesus. Speaking of Juice,
Just woke up.
shout out to Sir Juice. You know, y'all can't see him, but shout out to Sir Juice. Motherfuckers, Red Tacoma, we got you. We on your ass. Don't fucking think we don't got you.
You're
Red
gonna see
Tacoma.
oh my god, you're gonna see his ears.
Oh.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Let me get him a blanket.
No, you good. I think he's hurting. So for y'all of you that don't know, oh, for y'all that don't know, Sir Juice, you can get him. Yeah, you good. Oh,
What's he doing? Did you just wake up?
I think he's trying to stand up and is hitting the table.
You'll be fine right
Okay. Sir Juice, for y'all that don't know, unfortunately, he was involved in a vehicular accident. Red Tacoma, King City. Y'all think we don't know? It's on camera. Candid camera at that.
This is what mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, yeah.
Damn,
Okay.
you're right too.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah,
Sir
he
Juice.
was in a.
It's fucked up, man.
He was. He got hit by a car, man.
A truck, dude. Paint that picture. A truck. Ain't no car.
Like
I don't know about the Tacoma drivers, bro.
Yo, chill. I got that white Tacoma, the second gen. This was the first gen Tacoma.
Okay.
Like the whole truck bed was like fully loaded with like tools.
That
and
fucking
shit.
sucks, dude.
Yeah, he was in the hospital for a
Did
couple
he?
days.
You saw the video?
Yeah.
Did he get like, was it all over across his body?
Dude, chill.
Well, no, I'm just saying because
Producer Liv is here.
no, the reason why I asked too is because like, had you not said that, like obviously he's walking with the limp and everything, but he's really doing good. Because I'm just saying because I know other dogs that they were involved in like getting hit by a car and like literally their eyes popped out of their socket and have never been back, and so like
Ugh.
it comes out. And I know other dogs who are in the their whatever backbone, pelvic bone is like cracked for life, and they have to have wheels for them. So I'm just saying,
Damn.
like, there's been worst case scenarios, and he's still,
Nah, he's a hog, bro.
yeah, he's still fucking. He
Nah,
can't hear me because he's still deaf.
Yeah.
But he's
Nah, it
still,
didn't fix him.
It,
It did not fix his.
it didn't fix the deafness, but it's still good. Yo, okay, so we're getting ready to wrap this up. I finished my Merlot. We finished the whole flight. Sorry I couldn't give multiple ones because we're not balling like that. Also, there was more than one shot because if you've been wine tasting, you know they only give you a bit. But I want to give you the opportunity to request a specific one that you liked, whether it be dessert, the cab, the Pinot, or
I was
the
about to
Merlot.
say, like, yeah, them all duct tape. I don't even know which one.
Well, I do know because I'm the producer here. Which
This was
one's
the
stuck?
this was the
That's the
Cabernet,
cab.
and that
This
was
is
the
the
Merlot.
Pinot. This one's a Merlot.
I'll
Should
do
be
the
one.
Merlot again.
That's my guy. Oh shit. Me too. That's my guy, bro. But okay, so
When are you
What
gonna
does
have
it
the
look like?
tequila episode, bruh?
bro,
The people want to know.
bitch.
You've
I've
been, like,
talked about it.
You've been teasing that shit for the whole year.
Well, because I had an opportunity with fucking the last one. I had an
There
opportunity.
was that one.
Oh, okay. Is it really?
Yeah, because I pulled it.
Oh, okay. I had an opportunity with a specific tequila tasting company or restaurant here in Sacramento, but they were going back and forth, and it was playing. So I was trying to get,
There was playing.
a sit down with them.
Good move with like Pachamama.
Pachamama,
Pachamama.
Pachamama coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out to
I love the
Pachamama
coffee.
coffee. Yeah,
They
that's
did good over there.
there's another one. I'll tell you what, not to give too much away, but
You know, every time I go there, they're like, "Oh shit, you've been on Hypocritical."
Yeah,
Like,
shut the
here's your cold brew that you're about to drink in 5 minutes.
I'll tell you this, not to give too much away, but definitely there may or may not be something in the works with them 2022 as a pause. Well, not a pause, but as far as doing another live episode right there, maybe. I don't know. I haven't
let
even
me
talked to
go.
them. I haven't even
Dude,
talked
I'll
to them.
smack,
They're
like,
probably
6
watching this and listening
I'll
like,
smack
what
like
the fuck is he
6
talking
cold
about?
brews, bro.
6 within 10. Okay. But okay, so we're wrapping this up, bro. We got the Merlot going. You feel me? What do you think about? Okay, so like I said, engaged. 26, 27.
You can
Life
come with
is
some
flowing.
bullshit, huh?
Your dog is recovering. Dick big as shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, what?
Just gotta
so-
cover it for
sorry.
the camera.
Okay. Oh, Josie's probably watching. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, my bad, Josie.
Shout out to my mom.
I want you to babysit. That's what I'm talking about. No, I was kidding. No, but we're like, okay, like say if you, like sometime in the future, like if you find out if you're gonna be a dad, right, and you're gonna have a child, where are you at with it? Meaning, like, you think you're gonna be like, would it be like a shock? You know, like shit, like hey, like I'm about to do this, or are you
Bro,
looking?
you got producer live right there in the cuts. Like,
Where? I
he
don't-
just over here putting me on the spot. Bro.
Where I don't. Well, she can't be a father. Just type right there, awkward silence. Awkward silence in the fucking YouTube. But no, I'm asking that because, like I said,
All right, I'm gonna answer it, and then we're gonna have a fight later. And that's what it is.
I'm just saying I'm not contributing to that fight. You know what I'm saying? But no, so yeah, what I'm saying is that like, where are you at with it? How do you feel about it? Like, is this something that you're just like, you know what? I'm like, it's okay to be like, because I'll tell you how I was too. No one's really ever 100% ready. That's just get that shit out of your guys' mind. For people that say like, oh, we planned
yeah,
and
I-
planned and planned. Like it's this.
I listened to the episode that you had with Jeffrey. It was very
Mm-hmm.
interesting to hear, like, because Jeffrey was planned all the way.
planned all the way. And even then, he'll tell you too.
Shit hits the fan.
Not that it hits the fan, but he'll tell you too. It's different. It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could plan everything 100%. It's just different. You move different. Priorities change, like I said. But everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? I know guys like, so excluding Jeffrey, I know guys who were like planning and prepping.
That was not you.
I definitely wasn't prepped. No, but like I know guys who not to air them out, but I have friends who were planning and prepping, and 6 months in they split up and they co-parenting, and it didn't work out, and now they only see their child on the weekends. You know, so you can bring prep and planning everything is all good and all, but it's when it's actually here, right? So it's like how you bounce. It's like the metaphor that people use is like, how do you bounce back? How do you bounce off the wall from those type of things, you know? So like going forward, if you were to have a child and everything, where you at with it? Are you like scared, you worried, or you just something that you're like looking forward to or embracing?
I don't even like, because you said bouncing back. I don't necessarily think like that's bouncing back because it's
Okay.
not like a low point or anything.
Okay.
Because I'm about to be 27,
Right.
and for the most part, like I've like
Why are you hinting at you planning?
that I'm gonna leave it
Leave that shit. Leave it in, dog.
in.
Leave
Nah,
it in.
if you're still pulling out, like, well, I don't know what you're doing.
But chill. What the fuck? I feel like is that a jab? Like I already advocate. Hold up. Like, you know.
I will say though, I think preparation will take you a long way. You
Yeah.
know, like even with Jeffrey, like he was prepared to have a child. He planned it and everything, and you know things still came up
Yeah.
where you know he didn't expect. You know, I think every child is gonna be different.
Yeah.
You know, just judging off of like, you know, nieces and nephews. You know, Shia is very different from Joel.
Very different. Yeah.
So I think with every kid, it's or every baby, it's gonna be like a curveball.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I can see that.
But with that, like with the job that I have, they have like really good insurance options. And there's that financially.
That's a good thing to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, financially, I think I can make it with all that. Because Liv would
Where's
probably
she at?
produce a Liv, bro.
Where's she at?
I think she would probably have to have like some time off,
I can't hear her.
a certain amount.
Where's she at? Olivia, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I hear it now. Yeah. No, I mean it's definitely something. You know, it's a tough pill. Like
What I actually haven't told you yet.
what, Dick?
Made some calls today.
And you have a third nipple.
No.
What? Wait, is this something that should be on the podcast or separate? So
No, I won't share too much because like
yeah, no,
wait, like
yeah.
things that we have been manifesting.
Right.
You know, sometimes you don't want to like speak it out.
Right. But sometimes you
And
do.
I know sometimes you do.
But this is the case that you're not.
I won't speak it out into the podcast.
Okay.
I'll
What's
talk
up?
to you
Yeah.
later about
fair.
it. But
Okay.
like we're making like moves in the electrical field. You know,
Right.
I've been trying to make those moves.
Right.
We've been progressing.
Okay. Shouts out to you on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I might see you tomorrow.
We might.
Are you in California?
I'm in Cali. I'm in Northern Cali tomorrow.
I might be in Northern California.
You want to get lunch?
Want to get a coffee?
Is it
You know
gonna-
that's my go-to.
Is it going to last you all day?
But
with like the moves that I've been trying to make,
Yeah. Everything's
in the,
lining up?
in the electrical field. Things are looking pretty good.
Solid.
And trying to make that next jump. It's like the thing with Jeffrey said. Sometimes you know you gotta.
Oh, so you watched that episode?
Yeah,
Oh, shouts out to you.
bro. I tell you.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I
don't
never know,
bro. You
if it's out there.
know.
Well, it's just because I'm telling you,
know.
I'm telling you, there's episodes that they're out there and they're good episodes if people actually like. Not like I'm telling you, I'm working on the solo ones. Trust me, I'm working on those. But there's a lot of good guests that I have. This one being included that, they just bypass or they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're missing out on some good combos. Whether you
That's on the
know,
people though.
that's on the people.
That's
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
people because
That's
like
on the people.
towards the end of the episode, that's when you get the gems. That's when you get the jewels.
You do, yeah. A lot of stuff that's violent and a lot of stuff that's good. But I would say at a minimal, like I said, outside meaning me observing in. You got your head on your sleeve, good heart. It's a heavy head, so I'm sure you have to like stabilize it. You know, stabilize it.
Bro,
'cause,
I
like,
work on my shoulders good.
That's true. Trap's going crazy, but you got everything going for you, bro. Good background. Been consistent with everything. You feel me? Engaged now too, so it's like a whole nother journey with that. Whether you have kids or not in the future, I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm not trying to
You
like.
just want me to join, like,
No, I'm not saying like I said. I don't want to pressure you. You know, whether you have a kid or not. I'm sure like sometime in the future, I'm sure that will come about. But like I told you, I'll tell you like I told Jeffrey, right?
you ain't shit.
I didn't say that to him because he's doing his thing. No, but like I told, the only advice that I would give, right, like to Jeff, I mean to you, like I told Jeffrey,
Shout out to Jeffrey, though.
which was, dude, prioritize. Make sure you put as much time that you do on Xbox Live, right? As much time as you put in Xbox Live, you know. Not to say that there's someone that said that thing. As much time as you put on fucking Xbox Live or work or all this other things, make sure you put that exact time in. With having a child in the future, right? When it comes with having a child, because it's like it's different. And when I say with that child, I don't mean just like your
Bro,
own
I don't want to go to
specific
the same, like,
child time, but like
fucking
individually.
babysitter
Okay.
as you.
If you do want to babysit, let me know. I would like to go out without having to change a diaper. You know what I'm
I
saying?
told you whenever. But your son pulls up and he's like, bow, bow,
He's a fucking
bow,
G, bro. I
throughout
go,
the whole
you know what he
apartment.
does? I go, grrr, and he goes, bow, bow, and I go,
Yeah, exactly.
okay. Well,
He's over here finger guns at my dog, like, bow, bow.
Well, Gil, that's it. We finished the flights. We got the extra Merlot. Should we crush this Merlot? Because I'm honestly really hungry. I'm low-key kind of faded.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say low-key.
Yeah.
I'm kind of faded. And we finally did it. It only took a year and 2 weeks. No big deal.
No big deal.
You flaked on the other two.
No, bro.
Let me get a salon.
I will say I did flake. Maybe
did.
one time.
Once, yeah. Twice. Hold on.
But your bitch ass, we were over here ready. We got the day going. The day, like,
You had the fives. You had the fire reds.
Bro, I had the fire reds.
Did I say fives? Fire reds. You had the fire reds.
Looking
Looking
fresh
fresh.
as fuck.
But come on, look
And
at
then we
this
got,
now.
and then we
Look
got
at
too
this now.
drunk. Or you got too drunk.
Look at this now.
No,
Come on
fire
now.
reds on, bro.
This shit fire.
But I will say,
But I will say.
we still got the dress shoes.
You want to do the closeout? You do the closeout.
No, bro.
Do
I'm
it.
just trying to get a.
You touched 5 different salamis, and I gotta touch that shit now.
Who folded this?
You beat your dick 25 minutes ago, an hour and 25 minutes ago, and now I gotta touch a fucking salami,
You were taking too long to get here.
bro. Is that cheese?
Yeah, this Brie. What's up, Brie?
I'm not a big fan of brie.
You're not?
No, I'm not a big fan of cheese in general.
What do you mean?
Close this out,
'cause
close this out.
Nah, I can't.
Close this out.
I can't. All right. All right.
Let's see. Close this out. Close this out. Come on now.
That has been another episode of the Hypocritical Podcast.
AF podcast.
AF Podcast. We was your hosts, not a guest, hosts. And that's it. That's a wrap.
I always say y'all stay safe, so go ahead.
I never catch that.
Because you don't watch
Y'all
at the
stay
end.
safe. Keep doing your thing. Peace out.
Joe Biden, take me out for lunch. Bing bong.